India's hopes of qualifying not only for the 2026 edition of the FIFA World Cup but also the 2027 edition of the AFC Asian Cup took a massive blow when they ended up playing out a 0-0 draw to Afghanistan in what was their third game of the second round of the FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Remember, it doubles up as both qualification for both the World Cup and the AFC Asian Cup. However, India do have a chance to put things right because come the start of the return legs, they're playing Afghanistan yet again. And more importantly, this particular fixture will be at home. Not that you should need home comforts to beat a team ranked as lowly as Afghanistan, who are also missing some of their best players due to disputes with the federation, but it is what it is at this point in time. And in fact, so negative is the environment when it comes to the way Indian football is being, or the results side of things as far as the team is concerned, that you've now heard from the head coach that if India don't make it into the next round of the qualifiers, which they currently would at least have a decent chance of managing to do, then he's going to walk away from the job. That's not correct. Despite the fact that he's been handed a contract extension, Stimac has said in no uncertain terms that he'll walk away if they don't make it to the next round. This is what he said. He said, never mind the contract, saying if I don't take India to the third round of the FIFA World Cup and AFC Asian Cup qualifiers, I will leave my job. Now, that is a pretty big statement, to put it politely, because again, Stimac is someone who many will say, despite obviously having a few misses along with the numerous hits that he's had, the hits that he's had have been very, very good indeed for the Indian cricket team, the Indian football team, beg pardon. They have managed to get a cohesive, decent style of play. It's moved forward definitely from the era of the Stephen Constantine, let's say, style of play, which was often tower matches, looking to play counter-attacking and not even doing that very, very well. Teams now do try to keep the ball more often. They're trying to, let's say, be a little more positive, show some more intent, which is something that fans have been crying out for a long, long time. But now the threat is potentially there that Stimac is saying, I'm going to walk away if I feel this team does not live up to their potential and make it into the next round. And it is worth noting that he's consistently pointed out that India making it to round 3 will be a huge achievement for two reasons. One, because it will ensure that they automatically qualify for the AFC Asian Cup of 2027. And whilst qualifying for a world event might seem a bit far-stretched right now, qualifying for Asia should be a bare minimum, given there has been an extension in a number of teams, and India did qualify for both 2019 and 2023. But more importantly, it will also show that India can be competing when it comes to the better teams in Asia. That is why he thinks reaching round 3 is important, and if they don't make round 3, as he said though, he's going to be quitting. Interestingly also, he doesn't seem that focused on the game against Afghanistan, preferring instead to talk about the match against Kuwait, which is a little surprising. But first, let's get to what it is he said and discuss why that is the case. He said that we're in a really good position right now when it comes to the group, and the Afghanistan result will not change much. The game against Kuwait will be decisive. Now, two things of his, what he said, I do agree with. Yes, India are in a really good position on the table right now because despite dropping 2 easy points against Afghanistan, they're still second in the group, which means if they can somehow maintain that position, they'll make it through to the third round. That's one good thing. The other thing I do agree with is when he says the game against Kuwait will be decisive, because at this point, it is very much a straight shootout between India and Kuwait for who gets that second spot. Qatar, easy favorites to top the group and potentially even go unbeaten. So far, they've beaten all of Kuwait, India and Afghanistan in the first 3 matches they've played, and will be starting favorites in the next 3 as well. So the second team that makes it through this group of 4, the straight shootout is between India and Kuwait. However, disagree when he says the Afghanistan result will not change much. They need 3 points to be in contention, because again, if they manage to get that win and if Kuwait win their next game as well, tough one admittedly against Qatar, then India will at least be a point ahead. But given the fact that it's Qatar, there's every chance that Kuwait could drop not 1 but even all 3 points, which means the Afghanistan game becomes even more important because it allows you to build a buffer ahead of Kuwait. So what happens then is if they can build that buffer, then against Kuwait get a decent result, whether that be a hard-fought draw or even an upset win, it leaves them in a very good position to ensure that no matter the result against Qatar, they're still through to the second round and directly qualify for the AFC Asian Cup. So not quite sure what he's playing at, although I do agree with the sentiment. But biggest thing is that Stimac is now at a point where he's saying, I am ready to quit if this team doesn't play to their potential. it's not been the best of times for India recently in football, because again, all the highs of, like, say, the Hero Cup and everything that was being played prior came crashing down after a rather disappointing outing in the AFC Asian Cup. Shouldn't have been surprising that they didn't fare well, because it was a very, very tough group that they were in. But a lot of the positive noises are now given way to doubts as to whether or not Stimac has taken the team as far as he possibly could. Clearly, he's feeling that pressure as well. Otherwise, why would he put his job on the line the way he did? Personally, I think he should stick on for a little longer, because again, the team has benefited massively from his presence. But what are your thoughts? Do you think the Indian team needs a new voice, that Stimac should walk away, or should they stick with him? You can let us know that in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and tap that bell icon as well. Follow us also on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Don't forget to download the AajTak app, and if you're already on the channel, go ahead, check out some other videos we've posted as well. For now, from my side though, it is goodbye.